Astro Ventures. Welcome back. This is George here. Tonight, I want to get into and discuss some of the comet stuff that's going on. There seems to be a whole lot in the news about comets that are presently going on, and comets that are coming up, and pet peeve, the stupidity around a comet that's coming in the future. But let's get into all of it. And one of the things I also want to mention is that in this group, AstroVenture, we're very welcoming to DSLRs as well as astrocams. Love to have everybody aboard because of the fact that it's a natural expansion and progression, and we can all learn a lot from each other. And with that said, let's go ahead and get into these comets here. So the first thing I want to talk about, if you don't know stellarium here, which you've been staring at this clear blue southern sky for a couple moments while I introduced, I want to let you know that you are able to import comets into stellarium so that you can plan for them. And to get that started, you're looking at the wrench over here on the side, this little pop-up window. You can also hit the function key of F2 and it'll bring it up. Now, normally it'll pop up, it'll be on the main. First thing you want to do, jump over to plugins. From plugins, you want to move over to the side. You want to slide this up until you get to Solar System Editor. You'll click that one time. You'll come over here to Configure. Click that. And then what you're going to do next is up on this tab that says Solar System, you'll click this. And then you're going to come down here to Import Orbital Elements in MPC format. You'll click that. Now, this is the part that I always miss and forget. Here we have this list, select the type. Its default is asteroids. Make sure you click comets. Otherwise, this is where I'm going to lose you. You're going to get confused. So you want comets, and then you're going to do a drop down on here. And what you want is this MPC's list of observable comets. And you'll go ahead and select that, and you'll tell it get orbital elements. It's going to bring in this information. Now, from here, you would then type in the comet that you're after. So let's say that I was after the comet that's currently passing through Corona Borealis. That would be comet C/2024, and then space E1. And then, of course, there's this funky name here. And then to add it in, I would simply click this, and that tells it to add it in. And then I come down here and I tell it add objects. Okay, there we have it. It has now been added to my stellarium. So let's go take a look at this here. I'm going to jump over to the side, and let's first take a look at the date and time. I'm going to slide this to nightfall. Well, I take it to 2100, and I'm going to come down here and hit pause just to stop the forward progression on time, and I'm going to close that. Now, I know this comet is off to the western sky. And I'm going to come over here to the search window, which is a function key of F3. And I will go ahead and type in C/. And you could see I would type it in and it starts narrowing it down. Here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the comet. And boom, here it is. And now I'm going to jump down here, turn on our constellations. And here, for those of us that speak Latin, we have Corona Borealis. And when I say those of us that speak Latin, I mean you, because I do not speak Latin at all. I just simply looked up the translation. But anyway, for those of you that are speaking, Latin, Corona Borealis, that's the crown of the north, or, northern crown. And here is where the comet C/2024 E1, and I'm not going to attempt to say this name over here, is currently located. Now, with that said, it is available that you can go after it. I tried imaging this comet the other night. Let me zoom in there. You can see that. I tried imaging this the other night when it was over here to the side. And unfortunately, currently this smallish comet is about 2.5 AUs, astronomical units. An astronomical unit is the distance from the sun to the earth. It's currently 2.5 astronomical units away. And, well, as I said, I tried imaging it and I failed miserably. So this star that my cursor is pointing to would be this star here. And then, as I said, the comet was actually located over here along the constellation line when I first attempted it. And I don't know that I captured it. I stacked some images, put it together. I do have this fuzzy spot, the close up, the distant. That's where it's supposed to be. Maybe it's the comet. I did not pick up any color. The distance is quite far. The comet is not particularly large. I don't know. You make the call. Let me know in the comments below if you think I failed or if I captured it, but that's where it's at. And here's where it is tonight. But if you add this into your Stellarium program, and then if you wanted to punch in the coordinates into a go-to mount, or those of you that are shooting with something like the SkyGuider Pro, you can certainly figure out your location based off of this star in the Corona Borealis, which is located in the western sky. Okay. The other night when I shot this, in my northern location of northern Utah, the sun went down right here, directly due west, and the comet is due north or straight up from that western direction, and you have that star as a reference. So if you're star hopping to get it, that's how you can get there. If you are using a go-to mount over here, what you want is the RA deck on date. This is what you're after. And that will give you your coordinates, and then you can swing it over and go for it. Now, on my failed image, I was shooting 5-minute exposures, and I got nothing. So if you capture something, let me know, but I couldn't do it. So those of you that maybe have a larger telescope that collects more light, go for it. Love to see you over at AstroVenture DSLR on Facebook. And if you captured it, please share. Tell us the story behind it. But yeah, I couldn't get it. This one, and again, with this one, supposedly, it's supposed to be, and let me jump over here. Let me jump forward in time. On March 7th, okay, March 7th, and let me go to it again. There we go. Here we go. We got southwest sky, western sky. This is supposed to be another opportunity to try and get it in March. This is from a few references that I have checked out have mentioned that this might actually be a better time to capture it. I don't know. If you want to try it now in Corona Borealis, go for it. I know I'll certainly give this a try in March because supposedly it's, supposed to be back around and might have another chance at getting it. And the reason being is because its closest approach to Earth is going to happen on February 17th of 2026. But the problem you're going to have there is where it's located in the sky as well as the moon, and playing with the numbers and everything. What I have found, because not too far behind this on March 7th, okay, let's see here. Where did we go? I lost it. I lost my comet. I'm going to jump to it here. There we go. Okay. So, I had jumped forward a couple hours to 2200. It dropped below the horizon. I'm backing up. Here we're hitting some daylight glow. And so what I'm finding is on March 7th at about 2100 in the evening, I think you could actually probably go to 2030. Yeah, 2030. And the reason why I have that time is because what I find is I try to keep things Ideally, I want them up at the 30-degree, but I will work with 20 if I have to. But starting March 7th, you're going to get the comet up to about the 20-degree mark at 8:30 at night. Now, as the night goes on, you can see right there, 21:30, it already drops. Now, later in the month, now keep in mind, the comet's getting further away, but here by the 14th of the month, we're up to the an altitude or an azimuth of 25 degrees up. Let's see here. Whoops, wrong one. So the 15th, 16th, 17th, moving that forward. Oh, there's the moon. So that's no good. Yeah, so I'm thinking, March 19th, 21:30, you're getting up between 25 and 30. I like to be at least 30. But keep this date in mind. That's of 2026. That might be the time to try and get this comet. And so, as I said, February is when it's going to be closest to the Earth, but it's not going to be aligned for us in the north to start shooting until approximately March 7th. And then from there, it only gets better as we go a little bit later. But by March 19th, when it's got it's higher up in the sky, now we're approaching the moon starting to rise. So that could be a bit of difficulty there. So there's a number of things to work on. If you want to give it a try now, you can. I failed miserably at it. Or you can wait until March. And like I said, March 7th seems to me to be about the earliest that I could attempt it again. And then March 19th is probably going to be my best shot at capturing this one. But remember, everything after February 17th of 2026, it's heading away from us. So there you have it. Let's move on to our next one. And let's reset the date here. We're going to take this back to September. And today is the 18th. And we'll take this back to 8:30. And we're going to come over here to the side. And let's look up the Swan comet. All right. Swan right now, at this given time that I have punched in, is not working for us. As you can see, it's down below the horizon. This particular comet, let's see, let's start messing with it. So here we go, 21:30, and my comet is getting lower. So let's start hunting for this. Let's do another search. Swan. Oh, there's Swan. Whew, let's back this up. All right, so that was December. Let's back this up. There we go. So September, October. Boom, there it is, October. So, and sorry, I was not prepared on Swan. This is my first time diving into this one. And the reason I did that is I decided, you know what? I'm going to look at it with the viewers and figure this out with you real time. So here we are. I'm looking at October 18th. I'm at 20 degrees. The time I've got set right now is for 9:30 in the evening. So that's not exactly where I want it to be. Let's see. On the 19th, I'm up to the 20th. Here I am at 25 degrees up. There. Boom. Here's my magical spot that I like. I am at 30 degrees on October 22nd, and I'm at 9:30 at night. And with this, I am shooting to it looks like southwest here, so the southwestern sky. And so there you go. That's your time to start shooting on that one. Now, I don't know exactly how good this one will be. From what I understand is some of the people that caught it early on, because this one was only discovered on September 11th of this month, this year. And so, it kind of surprised everybody. But the early photos have had a pretty decent tail coming off of it. So there you have it. Keep that in mind. So October 22nd, 9:30 at night, there it is. And then just to check, pulling out my phone, and I am looking at the moon for October 22nd, and oh, beautiful. October 22nd is one day past the new moon. So at this given time, you could start, shooting on this one as soon as dark. Let me see. There's 22:30 at night. That's about 23 degrees. So depending on when dark is, you could probably get an hour or two of capturing this. By this time, I'm well into the astronomical darkness, meaning that I could start shooting on this. So I think October 22nd, 8:30 at night, I could shoot on this for at least an hour and a half, and try and capture the swan. So go for it. Again, Astroventure DSLR over on Facebook. If you capture this, or you're planning to capture this, please get on there, share any images, or share the planning you're looking to do. Myself on this one, because it's going to be to the southwest, I have Salt Lake City that totally wrecks my sky there. So I'll probably look to head out towards like the Bonneville Salt Flats, where they set the land speed records, and set up there so I can try and capture this one. All right, there we go. Now, let's get into stupidity. Just absolute stupidity. The next comet we're going to go for, and I say comet, oh, who the heck knows what it is, because every freaking moron out there is calling 3I Atlas. And let me adjust this. So let's see here. 3I Atlas is inbound to the solar system. Sorry, I'll let you stare at grass for the moment. It's inbound to the solar system presently. If I remember right, I think it's like 3 AUs out right now. Again, I'm just going off the top of my head. But it looks like as it comes in, October 30th is when it will be closest to the sun, and then it has to arc around. Now, this is the interstellar visitor that is coming through. And with this, people are absolutely freaking losing their mind, and it's really peeving me off over the complete stupidity. Sorry, I'm getting some adjusting done here. Because what's happening is a lot of the comets that we have, they are on some type of an orbit in and out of our solar system. So with that, because they're of our solar system, from our solar system, and orbiting around in our solar system, kind of like think Halley's Comet, the chemical makeup of the comet is from here. This is the giant mixing bowl of ingredients. And so ratios within different chemicals and things and different proportions of elements all come from this mixing bowl. Well, 3I Atlas is an interstellar comet, meaning that it has never been here. It's passing through, and it's going to come, continue on going wherever it goes. And who knows where it actually originated. And where people seem to be losing their mind on this comet, and it's getting way too much stupid press. Never noticed those. Sorry, got me distracted. Where it has caused people to lose their absolute freaking minds, and well, it's not even showing up because it's so far out there still, is that its ratios within its chemicals are different. And I forget what it was. There was a couple chemicals they were mentioning, and the ratio was like 8-1, and here on Earth it's something else. And because of that, we have stupid and ridiculous claims of it's an interstellar spacecraft and aliens are coming and all this. Well, and it's funny because I teach students science, and even my young science kids could figure out that, well, of course the ratios would be different. It comes from a different mixing bowl of ingredients than our solar system. And yet I see people with all kinds of PhDs throwing out some of the stupidest claims of interstellar spacecraft. Okay, let's get to this, and my rant is over on this. And if you got a rant on this or some of the stuff you see that they put out there, please add it below in the comments. I would be amused to get to read it. But here we are, 3I Atlas. I still got to come back and see what this is. There's a double set of galaxies there. That looks cool. But anyway, stop looking at the shiny button. So coming back out of this, what we're looking at, here we go, southeastern sky. You got the east over here, southeastern. And we're looking at about December 22nd. This is 2:30 in the morning. I know I plan to go out and try and capture this one. I mean, this is truly a once in a lifetime comet because after it passes through, it's going to keep on going and who knows where it's heading to next. And so at December 22nd, 2:30 in the morning, there it is. It's up above 40 degrees, so that gives you some nice clean sky to shoot through. I like to be at least above 30 because I tend to get the green atmospheric glow. But this above 40, oh, that's absolutely sweet. And so with this, you could start shooting on this. Now, I did play with it a bit and I found that I could actually, depending on if it fits your schedule. One of the things that I found was is as early as December 14th, this gets you to the 30 degree. And like I said, I like to be above, but fit depending on your schedule, December 14th, there you go, 2:30 in the morning, you could start shooting. And every day after that, it only continues to get higher in the sky. And then by December 20th, 2:30 in the morning, I've got a nice clean shot above the 40 degree that I would like to have. Now, the one thing I want to mention though that you have to keep in mind, and let me jump back to the 14th, is you need to be careful because I said you could shoot at 2:30, and at 2:30 we're at that 30 degree point above the horizon. But if you watch as I move this and it comes up to 250, there comes the moon. Now, the moon's only going to be, I think it was, I'm going off top of my head, I believe it's 24%. But at the same time, you're chasing the faint glow of a comet out there in space. And relative to us in December, it's going to be at 1.8 AUs. So that's going to be quite a ways out there. And who knows, this may be another fail like what I had happen in Corona Borealis. But for us, it's going to be 1.8 AUs in December. The closest is going to be in October 30th at 1.4 AUs. But the problem is in its arc around the sun, it's not going to get far enough away for us to start picking it up until December because of basically just the geometry of where we are, where the comet is arcing through. So, all right, so there you have it. Would love to see whatever you might capture. See 2024 E1, the one over in Corona Borealis that, as I said, I failed to capture. And let's jump this back to now. And hopefully you might get it. I couldn't do it. I failed. I accept that is what it is, and there you go, right above the Corona Borealis. This was the one we were also supposed to have that supernova appear. It was, I think it was down over here. Never happened. It will eventually at some point. We measure things in years, but do you think the galaxy cares? Do you think the universe cares? No. And a year isn't even really a measurable amount of time. We call it so many years that it's on a cycle, but it doesn't care what the humans think. So anyway, Corona Borealis, go for it. If you can capture it, I would love to see. And if you were successful, please, Astroventure DSLR over on Facebook. Show us some images and tell us the story behind it. Next, you got, let's see here, the Swan. And in the Swan, we're looking at the month of October to get on that one. So good luck with that one. Love to see what you get. And then, of course, the Alien Invaders. So irritating. The Alien Invaders. And for that one, we're going to jump all the way to December 2:30 in the morning. Well, I'll just leave that at 2 o'clock. But you've got Atlas out there. Coming up in the future there in December. And then, like I said, the original one, the first one, Comet C 2024 E1, and then this word. This is the one that I mentioned to you actually swings around. looking at this one around March 7th, and then, it'll improve a little bit from there, as well as, excuse me, March 8th, March 9th, you can see it gets a little bit better there. So there you have it. I would love to hear from you, and share your comments below or over at Astroventure DSLR on Facebook, and tell us how it's going for you with your comet chasing. And if you like what you're seeing here, consider liking, subscribing, ringing the bell, and sharing these videos out so we can help grow the channel. And again, everybody's welcome here, DSLR as well as Astrocams. Share what you got going on and share the knowledge, because all of us can learn from each other. Till next time, I wish you clear skies and uneventful nights.